Sweenor off with the pitch. Slides in head first safely. Stolen base for Ryan Sweenor. He's now in scoring position for Alek Kucich. In the dirt for ball 2. Two and 1 count to the left-handed freshman. In the air to the left side. It's gonna reach Casey out there. He gloves it for the second out. Sweenor remains at second base for Salve Regina's right fielder, Sal Cumella. Cumella, a senior marketing major from Ridgefield, New Jersey. Steps in to face a right-handed Joe Warren. At second base for the Garnet is Nick Constantino. No relation to Damian Costantino. But Constantino, along with Fishburne, pay attention to Salve Regina's base runner at second base, Ryan Sweenor. Sweenor has the first hit of the game 2 for Salve Regina. Both teams have 1 hit apiece. Cumella adjusts his gloves and takes a look down at Eric Thriller, awaiting a 3-1 pitch. Joe Warren pivots on the mound and looks Sweenor back to second base. Nobody covering. Cumella right back to Warren at the mound. Over to Burnett at first base. Tags the bag and then hooks the ball back to the mound as the inning ends. 1 hit for the Seahawks in the inning. 1 left on base. No score as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Welcome back to Terry Park, Field 3, Connie Mack Field. Frank Lemieux takes the mound for the second inning, bottom of the second inning, as Swarthmore bats. Lemieux pitching for the Seahawks of Salve, Regina, who were walk-off winners in Game 1 against Swarthmore. Lemieux retires leadoff batter Danny McMahon, the third baseman for the Garnet, on a grounder to Becker at second base. One out in the bottom of the second. Center fielder Trevor Shepard now batting for Swarthmore. Shepard was 0 for 3 in the opener, as was McMahon, who precedes him in the lineup. Swarthmore had only 3 hits in the opener. 2 of them came from their catcher, John Lim. Cody Rubin, their second baseman in Game 1, not playing right now in Game 2. He had a base hit and 2 runs scored. Desano sets up outside. Lemieux hits the target. Shepard grounds back to Lemieux, who underhands it over to Sweenor for the second out of the second inning. Bringing up the left fielder, number 7, playing number 7, Brian Casey. Salve Regina only had 4 hits in the opener as well. Ryan Kelly, Dominic Desano, Tim Harris as the designated hitter, and Hunter Sleeper accounted for the 4 Seahawk hits in Game 1. Ryan Sweenor has their hit in Game 2. That came in the top of the second.
Brian. Really? That's not.
Casey asks for time and gets it from the home plate umpire. And gets a ball 4 pitch from Frank Lemieux. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, scoreless game between Salve Virginia University and Swarthmore College. Roy Walker gets his first plate appearance on the day for the Garnet. He's the right fielder in Game 2. He has Casey at first and 2 outs, facing Frank Lemieux of the Seahawks. Breaking ball, called strike on Walker. This is Walker's 4th at-bat of the season. He's hitless in his previous 3 trips. He's earned a walk. And it's his second start of 2014. Our friends at Eastern Nazarene got to see him on Tuesday. And Walker lifts that one to Tyler Colby in left field. He puts it away for the final out of the second inning. for the Garnet in the second inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, one left on base. We'll be back for the third inning after a short break. Final game of the spring break schedule for Salve, Regina. They have a 9-1 record. Game 10 is game 2 against Swarthmore. Seahawks second baseman Sean Becker leads off against Joe Warren here in the top of the third inning. No score between the two teams. Both teams have a hit apiece. First inning single for Scoop Bruxon for the Garnet. And a second inning single for Ryan Sweenor for the Seahawks. Two-two count to Sean Becker. Richmond, Virginia, education major and history. To the right side, diving stop on Costantino. Low throw gets away from Burnett. Becker sliding into second, and he's safe there. Becker gets the infield single and then advances to second on the throwing error by the second baseman. Top of the order for the Seahawks, center fielder Ryan Kelly, hit by a pitch from Warren in his first at-bat. He now has Sean Becker on second base with no outs here in the top of the third inning. Swings a miss at the first pitch from Warren. Second hit by pitch for Ryan Kelly, the Commonwealth Coast Conference Rookie of the Year in 2013. He was also a first-team All-Conference outfielder.
Come on, kid.
Runners on first and second for Dan Donahue, the Seahawks shortstop. Donahue is a two-year captain. He's also making the Dean's List at Salve, Regina. Studies marketing.
Hey, Dan, what do you say? 2 little humps hanging out, baby. Come on, Danny. Come on, kid. Come on, Dan.
Lists Benjamin Franklin as his favorite non-sports person, and person he'd like to meet in history, Martin Luther King Jr.
How about Joe? How about Joe?
Fort Myers, Florida is not his furthest trip from home. He's been to California as his dad played for the California Angels. He moves the runners along with a ground out to second base. Cosentino to Burnett. Bringing Tyler Colby to the plate. Tyler was one of two hit by pitch victims from Warren in the first inning. That was snagged in the air by the third baseman Danny McMahon off the bat of Tyler Colby. A line shot down the third base line. McMahon had no play on Becker or Kelly. 2 outs now in the top of the third inning. Dominic DeSano has 2 on. Kelly at second, Becker at third. DeSano batting .357. First pitch blocked in the dirt by Lim. DeSano out of St. Raphael Academy in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Warren gets DeSano missing on the inside pitch. DeSano and Colby lead the Seahawks both with 8 RBI apiece.
Good boy, Joe. Let's go. What we got here? No, Joe.
Ball high to DeSano. Two outs, no score here in the top of the third inning. DeSano has 2 runners on base. And ends the inning, strikeout swinging. That's the second strikeout of the afternoon by Joe Warren. So the Seahawks strand 2 in the top of the third. And Swarthmore will be coming to bat in the bottom of the third. Welcome back to the bottom of the third inning here at Terry Park in Fort Myers, Florida. Scoreless game between Swarthmore College and Salve, Regina University. Nick Constantino makes his first plate appearance of the day against Salve, Regina. He's the second baseman in game 2. Second pitch knocked down by Lemieux, picked up by Lemieux and thrown to first to retire Constantino for the first out in the bottom of the third. Top of the order now for Swarthmore College. John Lim, who had 2 hits in the opener, stands in against Frank Lemieux, game 2 starter for Salve Regina. Breaking ball low for a ball 1. Swing and a miss by John Lim. One out here in the bottom of the third inning. Scoreless game between Swarthmore and Salve Regina. Frank Lemieux pitching for Salve Regina. Joe Warren pitching for Swarthmore. Donahue charges the limb grounder. Gets him out by a couple of steps at first. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third inning. Shortstop Wesley Fishburne comes to the plate. He grounded out to Joey Haley for the second out in the first inning. Now bats here with 2 outs in the third inning. July. Overhearing a discussion on weather. We're in Fort Myers, Florida with this broadcast. I know many of our Seahawk fans watching are in colder climates. Fishburne has a deep fly ball to left field that lands foul. He's the 6'4" shortstop for the Garnet. As the Weather Channel app comes up on my iPhone, I'll relay the current temperature here in Fort Myers, Florida. We are at 74 degrees. And the app also says it feels like 74 degrees. Sunny here in Fort Myers. Lemieux has 2 strikes on Fishburne. Throws that one in the dirt. Check swing by Fishburne. May have been fouled off. Full count now. Lemieux will be delivering to Fishburne with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Scoreless game, Swarthmore and Salve Regina. Breaking ball too low for Lemieux. Fishburne gets the free pass. So he's aboard first base with 2 outs for the designated hitter, Scoop Ruxin. Scoop had both RBI in game 1 against Salve, Regina. They both came on separate RBI groundouts. High and outside, first pitch to Ruxin. He's got Fishburne on first with 2 outs. He rips Lemieux's second pitch, foul on the right field side, into the Garnett bullpen area. On deck is the first baseman, Nico Burnett, if Ruxin can keep the inning alive for Swarthmore. Another high and outside pitch from Lemieux. 2-1 count to Ruxin. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. Lemieux gets the count even. On first. Bag covered by Ryan Sweenor. Lemieux makes a toss over to Sweenor. Fishburne in safely with a slide. 2-2 count pitch to Ruxin. And he ends the inning with a strikeout swinging. Fishburne was off on the play, but he'll get his glove and go back to shortstop. We've played 3 scoreless innings at Fort Myers, Terry Park in game 2. Salve, Regina will come back to bat in the top of the 4th inning. We're back here at Fort Myers, Florida. Joe Haley leads off the top of the 4th inning for the Salve Regina University Seahawks. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for Salve Regina in game 2. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Swarthmore. Starting pitcher for Swarthmore, Joe Warren, has already hit 3 Seahawk batters, twice for Ryan Kelly, once for Tyler Colby. Ryan Sweenor and Sean Becker have the 2 Seahawk hits in game 2. Joe Haley currently has a .435 batting average. Chris Haddad gives chase to the Joe Haley foul ground ball. And he retrieves it near the Garnett bullpen area. Haley swings through the pitch for a strikeout on the first out of the top of the 4th inning. Ryan Sweenor now has a .375 batting average. He had a 2nd inning single down the line, the left field line.
Hey, Ryan! I guess it's Scott. I don't know if it's Steelers. Come on,
One on 1 count to the sophomore infielder. Fishburne makes a nice grab behind the bag at second, but Sweenor beats it out for an infield hit. That's Sweenor's 2nd single of the game. Alek Kucich, the designated hitter for Salve, Regina, is up again with 1 on and 1 out. Kucich flew out to left fielder Casey in the 2nd inning. That followed a Sweenor 1 out single. Inside pitch gets called for a strike against Kucich. He's batting .286 on the season. Sweenor slides headfirst into second with a stolen base.
Hey, Alek, come on, kid. Come on,
Kucich now has a 2-2 count. He had 4 RBI in yesterday's game 2. A pair of 2-run singles. Works the count full against Warren. Sweenor's on second with 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Alek Kucich is now batting. Sweenor on the move on the pitch that Kucich swings at and fouls off. Still a full count to Alek Kucich, the designated hitter for Salve, Regina in game 2. Ryan Sweenor leads off second base. He's there with his 2nd hit of the day after a stolen base. Inside pitch to Kucich. He brings to the right side. Sweenor gets to third base. Burnett makes the play unassisted. So now with 2 outs, And Sweenor on third. Sal Cumella comes to bat.
Get back up the box again, kid. Come on.
Warren's first pitch, curveball, in for a strike. Cumella, batting gloves on both hands. Waves them on his thighs. Looks at strike two. 0-2 to Cumella with 2 outs. Sweenor on third. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Scoreless game between Swarthmore and Salve, Regina. Cumella checks his swing on a pitch from Warren that lands in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Lim. Keeps Sweenor at third base. Inside pitch to Cumella, ball 2. Full count now to Cumella with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. My thanks to Donnie Boba and Vin Truva, the transportation and meal coordinators for Salve, Regina, and also to Puff Lambert's mom for recently giving me a bottled water. Wild pitch by the home plate umpire. Puff is Kevin Lambert's nickname. I was just told he went into the woods to get a foul ball at a Little League baseball game when he was young and contacted poison ivy, and everything puffed up there from then. So his Little League baseball coach gave him the nickname, and it has stuck. Lambert got the pitching victory in game 1 against Swarthmore. He's 2-0 on the season. Called strike 3 on Sal Cumella. Warren gets the final out of the 4th inning. We're halfway through game 2. Scoreless as Swarthmore will come to bat in the bottom of the 4th inning. Back here for the bottom of the 4th inning in a scoreless game between Swarthmore and Salve, Regina. Seahawks have no runs on 3 hits, no errors. The Garnet have no runs on 1 hit, 1 error in the field. Nico Burnett leads off the bottom of the 4th for the Garnet, facing Frank Lemieux for the 2nd time. In the 1st inning, Burnett flew out to Tyler Colby in left field. Burnett was also hitless in game 1. In foul territory, Ryan Sweenor chases it. Gets encouragement from Dom DeSano that he's got room. Plenty of room to make the catch, and the first out of the bottom of the 4th inning. In foul territory. Brings up the 3rd baseman for the Garnet. He is Denny McMahon. First pitch strike to him. Third baseman gets his first hit of the day past the diving Dan Donahue. So with 1 out, McMahon is on first base for the center fielder Trevor Shepard. McMahon is a junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Lemieux's first pitch to Shepard is in there for a strike. McMahon is back at first base. He got there with the 2nd hit of the game for Swarthmore. Dan Donahue gets under that soft liner from the bat of Shepard for the 2nd out here in the 4th inning, bottom of the 4th. As the home team in game 1, Salve, Regina, had a walk-off victory. Seahawks are now the road team in game 2. Currently scoreless here in the bottom of the 4th. With left fielder Brian Casey now batting for Swarthmore. Casey had a 2-out walk in the 2nd inning against Lemieux. Casey's a junior outfielder from Lower Gwinnett, Pennsylvania. Frank Lemieux makes McMahon dive back head first into the bag at first. umpire will not let Casey get to first base on that pitch from Lemieux. It hit Casey on the elbow, but he was leaning over the plate. Matt Midkiff comes out for an explanation. He's somewhat satisfied with the judgment. Returns to his dugout. Inside pitch. Casey can't hold up. Strike 2 to the batter. Lemieux has a 2-2 count on Casey. He's got McMahon as a runner at first base. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. A check back on McMahon.
Here we go, Case.
Salve, Regina wearing their tri-colored caps. White in the center with the logo, blue on the outside, and a green visor. Casey finishes the inning with a fielder's choice grounder to Dan Donahue at shortstop. He flips over to Sean Becker at second base covering to retire McMahon. We've played 4 innings of scoreless baseball here at Terry Park. We'll be back for the 5th. Pitchers throwing shutout baseball through 4 innings here in Game 2 of Salve, Regina University versus Swarthmore College. Baseball action at Terry Park in Fort Myers. Sean Becker, who had a leadoff single in the top of the 3rd inning, now bats here in the top of the 5th inning for the Seahawks against Joe Warren. Second pitch over to the right side. Constantino over to Burnett. Retires Becker for the first out of the top of the 4th inning. Brings up the center fielder, Ryan Kelly. Twice hit by a Warren pitch. First pitch swinging is Kelly. It's in foul territory. Lim climbs the backstop or the fence near the Garnett dugout. Kelly started game 2 with a .355 batting average, and he has that continuing, reaching base safely both times in his previous at-bat, hit by a pitch. Two count now on this sophomore center fielder. Ryan Kelly is Joe Warren's 4th strikeout victim of the afternoon. All 4 have gone down swinging. With 2 outs, shortstop Dan Donahue at the plate. He was Warren's 1st strikeout victim in the 1st inning. He later grounded out to second base, which moved a pair of Seahawk runners along the base pass. They were eventually stranded at second and third. One hour and 11 minutes into this second game. Started at 1:03. Warren's pitch catches the outside corner for a strike.
I'll get it all the way back.
Donahue over to Costantino. Gets under his glove. Error on the second baseman. Donahue's on board with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Left fielder Tyler Colby now batting. Colby's ball is in the air. Right field. Walker with the put out. That ends the Seahawk 5th inning. Still scoreless as the Garnet will come up to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Garnet right fielder, Roy Walker, made the last put out of the top of the 5th inning, and now swings and misses at the first pitch from Frank Lemieux in the bottom of the 5th inning. Scoreless game here between Swarthmore College and Salve, Regina University. The Seahawks of Salve, Regina won game 1 in walk-off fashion, 3-2. One and 2 count to Walker. He faces Lemieux for the second time. Flew out to Tyler Colby in left field, and now he sends that one into left field for a base hit. Colby has to pick it up in foul territory, as Walker has the first extra base hit of the afternoon. Double down the left field line. So with no outs, Nick Costantino is at the plate. He has Roy Walker on second base with a leadoff double. Nick Costantino is a senior infielder from Malton, New Jersey. Squares to bunt. No offer on the pitch from Constantino. Roy Walker is a sophomore from York, Pennsylvania. He's on second base with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Constantino's bunt, barehanded by Joe Haley, but beat out by Constantino. Walker moves to third. Still nobody out here in the 5th inning. Top of the order for the Garnet brings catcher John Lim to the plate. Dom DeSano steps in front of the plate to give instructions for his Seahawk infielders. Eric Sorella calls time and heads out to talk with Frank Lemieux and Dom DeSano, giving his bullpen a little bit more time to loosen up. Alexander Trammell is the catcher in the bullpen for the Seahawks, getting the pitchers ready. From this angle, it looks like sidewinder John McDermott is loosening up in the bullpen. Swarthmore has the right-handed hitting John Lim waiting to bat against a Seahawk pitcher. Could be the start of Lemieux. And it is going to be the start of Lemieux after the first visit of the 5th inning from Eric Sorella. As the leadoff hitter for the Garnet in the game 2, Lim has hit 2 ground outs to Donahue at shortstop. He sends the first pitch to him from Lemieux in the 5th inning, foul on the left side. Constantino's at first, Walker is at second. They're both aboard via hits. Walker's was a double. Bunt single for Constantino. No outs here in the 5th inning of a scoreless game. Starter Frank Lemieux had started the inning with only 2 hits against him. Now he's given up 2 hits in this inning. Straight away center field. Ryan Kelly's under it. Here's the throw to the plate. It's going to get through the cutoff, but not in time as Walker crosses the plate with the game's first run. RBI for John Lim. Constantino stays at first base. So the home team breaks through first here in Game 2. Swarthmore leads 1-0. Here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Fly out to Kelly and the sacrifice fly from Lim. First out of the inning. Lemieux still has Constantino at first base, and he checks on him as the shortstop Wesley Fishburne digs in for his 3rd plate appearance of the afternoon game. He drew a walk against Lemieux in the 3rd inning. Grounded to Haley at 3rd base in the 1st inning. Lemieux has Fishburne in an 0-2 count. Double play grounder would be his best friend here in the bottom of the 5th. Swarthmore has 1 run across. They have 1 out here in the 5th inning. Lemieux gets a foul tip strikeout on Fishburne. 2nd strikeout of the afternoon for Lemieux. His first strikeout victim was our next batter, Scoop Ruxin. Ruxin went down on strike swinging in the 3rd inning. And he now bats with Constantino on base with 2 outs in the 5th. Sean Becker gets that soft line drive off the bat of Ruxin. For the Garnet in inning 5, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Salve Regina will come to bat in the top of the 6th inning, trailing 1-0. Joe Warren takes the mound in the top of the 6th inning with a 1-run lead. He has a new second baseman in Cody Rubin behind him. Rubin takes over for Constantino at second base for the Garnet. Dom Zasano leads off with a ground out to shortstop. Fielded by Fishburne. And over to Burnett at first base. Left-handed hitting third baseman Joe Haley steps to the plate for the Seahawks. He brings a .417 batting average into this at-bat with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Fouled off to the left side. Seahawks, the visiting team, have no runs on 3 hits, no errors. The Garnett, the home team in game 2, 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. In the dirt from Warren, 1-1. Over to the first baseman Burnett, who flips to Warren covering. They retire Haley for the 2nd out of the 6th inning. Ryan Sweenor is 2 for 2 on the afternoon's game. He has 2 of the 3 Seahawk hits. He steps up to plate with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Salve, Regina trailing 1-0. Warren gets the outside pitch called for a strike. What a 1 count now on sophomore first baseman. Two and 1. Bases are empty. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Swarthmore leads 1-0. Swarthmore scored its run in the bottom of the 5th inning. Good eye by Sweenor, gets the
Go, get him now.
Sweenor swings through the 3-1 offering from Warren. Gets the full count. Alek Kucich on deck if Sweenor reaches. Fouled off to the left side. Into the Seahawk bullpen area. Over to the left side, McMahon, strong throw over to Burnett. Seahawks go down in order in the top of the 6th inning. Swarthmore comes to bat in its 6th inning, leading 1-0. John McDermott is on to pitch the bottom of the 6th inning for the Seahawks. He replaces starter Frank Lemieux, who went 5 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run. Lemieux walked 2 Garnet batters and struck out 2 Garnet batters. Lemieux is on the hook for the decision. McDermott now pitching here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First batter he faces is the first baseman, Nick Burnett. Diving stop by Haley. Long throw over to first base, not going to get Burnett. He leads off the bottom of the 6th inning with an infield single. That brings up Haley's counterpart, third baseman for Swarthmore, Danny McMahon. That's Nico Burnett's first hit of the afternoon. McDermott looks at him, throws over to Sweenor at first base. Burnett back safely, diving. John McDermott is a 6-foot sophomore from Bedford Hills, New York. Majors in marketing at Salve, Regina on the Newport campus. His pitch to McMahon is fouled off on a bunt attempt. This is McDermott's 4th pitching appearance down here in Florida. His appearance in Game 1 against Mitchell College, 1.2 innings pitched. He was the winning pitcher as Salve rallied for 6 runs in their last at-bat, overtaking Mitchell with a 6-5 victory. McMahon's bunt is picked up by Haley, who throws over first baseman Sweenor. Runners are now on 2nd and 3rd. Burnett's at 3rd, McMahon's at 2nd, no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Shepard at the plate, the center fielder for Swarthmore. Fouls that off to the right side. Infield in for the Seahawks. Haley and Sweenor at the corners. Donahue and Becker in the middle. Swarthmore leads 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning, no outs. They have runners at second and third. Line drive off the bat of Shepard is gloved in the air by a diving Joe Haley at third base for the first out of the 6th inning.
Come on, Brian. Get him out, Brian.
Infield will remain in for the Seahawks as a left fielder Brian Casey bats. He reached base twice against Frank Lemieux, once on a walk, once on a fielder's choice. He bats for the first time against the new Seahawk pitcher John McDermott. First pitch outside to the left fielder. McDermott gets the low pitch called for a strike. Well framed by Dominic DeSano. Casey gets the count 2-1 now. The Seahawks might not mind putting Casey on first base. To create a force out at every base. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3-1 count now to Casey. Casey asks and gets a timeout. DeSano set up outside. McDermott's pitch comes inside, and it's fouled off to the left side by Casey for a full count here. 3-2 count on Casey. He's got McMahon on second and Burnett on third base with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swarthmore leads 1-0. Swarthmore scored its run in the last at bat in the 6th inning, in the 5th inning. Grounded to the left side, it's through for a single. Burnett scores the second run. That leaves runners at the corners for Swarthmore with 1 out. Casey at first on the RBI single. McMahon on third. Sorella comes out to visit McDermott. Seahawks now trail 2-0. Nobody actively warming up in the Seahawk bullpen.
All right, let's say that. I gotta start that over again.
Hey, Steve.
New Seahawk pitcher, it's the right-hander Zach Zadelis. He replaces McDermott. McDermott is still responsible for 2 Garnet runners on base, Casey at first and McMahon at third base. Zadelis, business administration major from Northbridge, Massachusetts. So Zach Zadelis is the 3rd Seahawk pitcher of the afternoon game, 2nd of this inning. John McDermott started it off. First 2 batters reached. He retired Shepard on a line out to Joe Haley at third base. And then Brian Casey, the left fielder, just singled through the left side for an RBI. And the second run of the game for Swarthmore. They lead 2-0 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And have runners at the corner. First batter that Zadelis will face is the right fielder, Roy Walker. Walker doubled in his last at-bat. That came off starter Frank Lemieux. First pitch to Walker is fouled off. Rounder knocked down by Haley. Too far to his left. McMahon scores. Casey moves to second, and Walker reaches first base safely. Cody Rubin now bats for the first time in game 2. Rubin had 2 runs scored in game 1, along with the base hit. Three runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for the Garnet. No runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for the Seahawks. Both errors have come in this frame. Still 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Rubin squares the bunt. No offer. Zadelis' pitch is outside. Becker keeps Casey occupied at second base. Ball low to Ruben. He's got Walker on first and Casey on second with one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ruben is batting for the first time in the afternoon game, facing Zach Zadelis of Salve, Regina. Zadelis gets a strike on the outside. At 6'5", Zadelis is the tallest Seahawk on the 2014 roster. Strike 2 in there from Zadelis. Pitch from Zadelis. Low and inside, ball 4. Lows the bases. Brings up the top of the order for the Garnet. Their catcher number 2, John Lim. He's 0 for 3 in the second game here. He had 2 hits in the opener. Correction, Lim is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to shortstop. His fly ball to Kelly in the 5th inning produced a run for a sacrifice fly. He now has the bases loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ruben on first, Walker on second, Casey on third. Lim at the plate with a 1-0 pitch from Zadelis in the dirt. Blocked by Desano. Two pitches in there for a strike from Zadelis. Foul down the left field line by Lim. Evens the count at 2-2. Bases loaded here for Lim. 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. Swarthmore with a 3-0 lead. 2 of those 3 runs have come in this inning. Still a 2-2 count. That ball's going to find the right center gap between Kelly and Cumella. 2 runs have crossed the plate for the Garnet. 2 more runs. And Lim's 2-run double makes it a 5-0 game for Swarthmore here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up the shortstop, number 22, Wesley Fishburne. Fishburne struck out swinging in his last plate appearance. Grounds that to Donahue at short. Throw to the catcher, Desano. Tag applied. Ruben is out. 6-2, correction. And Fishburne reaches on the fielder's choice. Lim over to third. Ruxin now stepping to the plate for Swarthmore in a 5-0 game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Eric Serrella bringing on a new pitcher. He'll bring in a left-hander to face the left-handed hitting Ruxin. Looks like Matthew Marchica. Matt Marchica, number 16. He's a sophomore from Westminster, Vermont. He replaces Zach Zadelis. So in game 2 here today, Swarthmore has had its starting pitcher go 6 innings, allowing 3 hits, no runs. He struck out 5 Seahawk batters. And the Seahawks have featured 4 pitchers, 4th one now in Matt Marchica. Starter Frank Lemieux went 5 innings. He allowed 4 hits, 1 run. He gave up 2 walks, struck out 2. John McDermott pitched 1/3 of an inning. He gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, none of them earned. And Zach Zadelis pitching 1/3 of an inning. So far 1 hit, 1 run. It was not earned. He walked 1 Garnett batter. And now Matt Marchica is on. The lefty versus the lefty. Mike Sherman had come on in this role in game 1 and retired Ruxin. Ruxin now bats with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Swarthmore leads 5-0. Fishburne is on first base and Lim is on third base. Lim had a 2-run double a short while ago. Ruxin swings through the side-armed pitch from Marchica.
was a tough play.
Marchika gets a strike call on the 3-1 pitch. Fishburne steals second with no throw. DeSano throws down to Haley at third to check on Lim.
Yeah, the second game
And Marchika gets the final out. Ruxin goes down swinging. So through 6 innings, we have a 5-0 score. In the Garnett 6th inning, they scored 4 times on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 2 were left on base. We'll be back for the top of the 7th inning after this break. Starting pitcher Joe Warren brings a shutout into the 7th inning. First batter he faces is the designated hitter Alek Kucich.
There it is.
Quickly ahead 0-2 on Kucich.
I'll talk to
New right fielder for the Garnett is a junior from Carthage, Missouri, Zach Powell. 2-2 count now on Alek Kucich. Strike 3 swinging. Warren now has 6 strikeouts. He hasn't allowed any Seahawk batter to reach base on balls. He's hit 3 Seahawk batters. Correction, he's hit 4 Seahawk batters. Pinch hitting for Sal Cumella. And getting hit by the Warren pitch was Corey Blankmeyer. He reaches first base with a hit by pitch. with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Doubleheaders are scheduled to go 7 innings. First one today went 8 innings. A 1-1 tie went into the 8th. Swarthmore scored 1 in the top of the 8th. Salve Regina scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th for a 3-2 victory. Salve Regina trails here in the top of the 7th, 5-0. Blankmeyer's on first base, hit by pitch. With 1 out, Sean Becker's at the plate. Seahawks second baseman. Becker bats 9th in the Seahawk lineup. Center fielder Ryan Kelly is on deck. Becker's walk makes it 1st and 2nd for the Seahawks here. And gets a visit to the mound for Warren. I don't have to remind the Mitchell College team that's gathered behind me that Salve Regina trailed 5-0 in the last inning on Saturday. Sorry about that, guys. Seahawks season opening win with 6-5 on Saturday against Mitchell, scoring 6 times in the 7th inning, first game of a doubleheader. Salve Regina was the home team against Mitchell in that game, but now they are the away team against Swarthmore in this game. Ryan Kelly gets a first pitch strike in from Warren.
How can you guys see from behind the screen?
Low pitch to Kelly, gives him a 1-1 count. He's got Becker on first base, Blankmeyer on second base. Blankmeyer was a hit batsman and base on balls for Becker. Kelly reaches with a base hit to left field, bounces that one through the hole. Loads the bases with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Dan Donahue now batting for Salve Regina with 1 out. Bases loaded here in the top of the 7th inning. Starting pitcher Joe Warren, looking to go the distance. Donahue gets robbed. And the base runners retreat. Outstanding catch in left field by Brian Casey. That is the 3rd or 4th ball I have seen Dan Donahue get robbed on in just 3 days. Great catch by Brian Racy out in left field. That brings Tyler Colby up to bat with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He had a similar situation in game 1. Bases loaded, 2 outs. His short pop up to second base fell in safely for the game-winning runs to cross the plate. But in game 2, Salve Regina trails 5-0. To the right side, Colby's grounder is gloved by Rubin at second. He does make the play this time to get the final out and a shutout for Joe Warren on the mound for Swarthmore. Warren is the winner in a complete game, 7-inning, 5-0 shutout. Regina suffers its second loss. 2 4-game winning streaks are interrupted by a loss to Alvernia and now a loss to Swarthmore. So the Seahawks finish their spring break schedule 8-2, and Swarthmore is now 6-4. We'll be back for a wrap-up after a short break. So we have a final here in Game 2. Salve Regina splits its doubleheader with Swarthmore College. Seahawks win the opener, 3-2 in 8 innings. Walk-off fashion with a Tyler Colby dropped fly ball to short right field. Scored 2 runs. Those were the last 2 runs the Seahawks would score on the day, as they were shut out by Swarthmore starting pitcher Joe Warren. Joe Warren making his second start of the season for the Garnet. He allowed only 4 hits to the Seahawks, no walks, no runs. He hit 4 Seahawk batters, including 1 in the 7th inning. Seahawks loaded the bases in the 7th inning. Dan Donahue batted with 1 out and the bases loaded. A line drive to left field was grabbed by the left fielder Brian Casey. And then Tyler Colby grounded out to second to end the game. For the Seahawks at the plate, their 4 hits, 1 from Ryan Kelly, 1 from Sean Becker, 2 from Ryan Sweenor. Pitching-wise for the Seahawks, Frank Lemieux took his second loss in his second start. Tough luck loser when he went 5 innings pitched, only allowed 4 hits, 1 run. Seahawks did not score a run to support his pitching effort. Lemieux struck out 2 Garnet batters. Matt Marchika struck out 1 batter, the 1 batter he faced in Scoop Ruxin. Salve Regina falls to 8-2 overall. The game lasted just over 2 hours, and we had attendance from 156 people here. Mitchell College showed up for a game in uniform. They're going to be taking the field shortly for their next opponent.
Right, exactly. You know, hardest part is defining the problem.
So Salve Regina University baseball players remove their gear from the dugout and gather out in the sunshine on the grass behind the third base dugout and the batting cages. Salve Regina will head home for its next game. They'll be on the road, I believe. Let me pull up the Seahawks schedule. They will be at Salem State on Tuesday, weather permitting. They have a 3:30 start for the 9-inning game. And then if the weather allows, on Wednesday, Seahawks will be home hosting the engineers of WPI. We'll have live stats for you there. If the weather allows, we'll also bring the same broadcasting setup outside at the field at Reynolds Field on our Newport campus. We've enjoyed bringing you the 5 games here from Fort Myers, Florida. Earlier, we had an opportunity to bring you 8 games from Claremont, Florida with Salve Regina softball. Seahawks softball finished its trip 2-8, and the Seahawks baseball team finishes its trip 8-2. Want to thank again our athletic director, Colin Sullivan, our associate athletic director, Kelly Scaffarello, all the people that helped make this possible. Dawn Hahn, we wouldn't be here without you, so thank you very much. Student staff that has been helpful throughout the course of the year. I want to wish our women's lacrosse team good luck in its game today, and Andrew Pizzelli calling the game as Salve Regina plays its 3rd game during spring break at home at Gaudet Field. I want to thank Mary Raskob, our sports information assistant, who will be scoring the women's lacrosse game for the Seahawks. We're going to end today's broadcast, and I want to say once again thank you to Lynn, Taylor, and Kiernan for letting me do what I do, and we'll see you later on tonight as I fly out of here on a 8:50 flight Southwest. Seahawks will be flying back home on Saturday, and they'll be returning to the Newport campus late Saturday evening. Enjoy the rest of the day wherever you are. I'm in sunny Florida, where it is 78 degrees now in Fort Myers. Take care, everybody.